Hey guys, Drew here, back for Project 1511. I have the Subaru Outback Legacy behind me again. This is part 2 of the repairs on this car. Picked her up last night. It's morning here for me, and got a little excited and got started. But we're going to let's see. I got her jacked up here, and about to get this wheel off so I can get to the filler neck that's behind this door. So let me get this wheel off and we'll check her out. All right, y'all, so wheel is off. So this, let's see, and then up, gas cap, got the screws out of there, pop that cover plate off. So that should be loose there. This is piece that we're replacing. It comes down, I've got too close to my mag. So this is the piece that we're replacing here, the filler neck. Comes all the way down, goes back up in here, and then we're down to the fuel tank there. So we're going next, I got these bolts sprayed down. We're gonna move those bolts, and we'll have to see if there's any other bolts up higher. I don't think there are, and then we'll start moving on down. So we got this plastic cover here that we'll have to get out of our way and probably go on top of the other one. I don't know if it came with one. I haven't opened the box yet. We're gonna compare those parts, make sure we got everything good, and we'll just keep on going. All right, so got those bolts out. I was just showing you. I'm going to open the part here. I want to get a better look at it, see what we've got in the box, what's being replaced, and what I need to keep. I mean, this is the main thing that I need, so I'm not really worried about everything else to an extent, but it'll also give me an idea of where mounting bolts are and things like that. So I already took these two bolts out here. All right, so we've got our vent tube. So that's one of the things I was looking at on this car. So let's bring this over here. All right, so here we are. And then, sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. I need a cameraman. All right, so there's the new one. Let's get down a little further here. So there she is. So there's you got your vent tube coming down. So all of that we've got in the new one. So I don't have to worry about anything in this down to here. I need to take this, whatever this connection is, apart. Well, looks like it just popped apart. And then it appears that there's one more retainer clip here, and then back up in there it connects to the rubber hose going into the tank. So all right, so that gives me a good idea there. All right guys, so here's a fun look. I am actually laying down looking skyward. So that's the back side of the filler neck. So the gas cap would be out here. Okay, so all these clips are popped off. So we're coming down here. So this is, you can see that is wet. That's obviously where we're leaking through. So we've got to get the filler neck apart from here, which it looks like it just pops off there something. And then you've got your clamp back there, so that's not too hard. Other thing, you've got your vent tube over here that goes into the frame rail. So I gotta figure out, hopefully once I get this out of the way, I can get a better look of what's on the back side and how to get that disconnected. All right, so I got this connector off there, off the rubber hose you can see up there. All right, so we're gonna get our drain pan in here just in case anything comes out of there, try to break this loose, and then we'll be ready to start putting in the new one. So guys, there's the new hose. It's about to go in. I got one more thing, one more item. So this is the vent hose. I got the main filler neck down there in the drain pan. The vent hose got to come out. Just cut off the rubber connection hose there, because that's on the new one. I don't need to keep that. And there's a rubber hose on the other side of the frame. I already got the clamp off there, so I just got to get some leverage under there, get those apart, and we're ready to put the new one in. Alright, so there is the vent tube right here. Got that out. We're good to go. Let me see this clamp here, one of those spring-loaded kind of squeeze clamps or whatever. That was holding it on the rubber hose. We're not putting that back in. We're going to put one of those, the ones that screw together, like these. Those are a whole lot easier to work with, to tighten and get undone. So we got to do a little bit of disassembly on this before I put it back in. So taking that vent tube out, I'm definitely going to need to have it apart from this, put that together, and then connect it to this, one of those joints there. So I'm not sure which one. I'm going to play with that, see what I think is going to be the easiest put back together at that point, because we do have this connection we're going to have to do as well. We'll be taking this bolt out because there is a bolt that goes through there into the car that attaches to the car, so we don't need that bolt. And we got to take this top plate off. This is the retaining plate that I took off first off her car, so that's got to come off there so we can feed this in from the back side. So this comes in, so the car would kind of be in here. So this holds the filler neck in place where you put the gas in. So gotta do a little disassembly there, and we'll start reinstalling. Right, she's disassembled and ready to go. Almost done with this. I'm so excited. It hadn't been horrible. Nice thing is, this car being a Florida car, everything's coming apart pretty well. You know, when you gotta be laying on your back and all that stuff, it's just stuff falling on your face. Yeah. So, all right, so here's the vent hose. We're gonna put that in first. So this part has got to go through the frame. So we're gonna throw some WD on that, get that threaded in there. I have a new clamp just from my stash of extra parts. We're gonna put on that. They'll be a whole lot easier to deal with than that squeeze clamp. I got my ratchet already, trying to set myself up to make this easy to get back together. All right. And then this, well, it'll be, so these will attach, this will slide up in there, and then the other vent piece that is still on the car will go into there. Get this up through the body of the car and put the cap on that. And of course, this part that I haven't taken apart yet, just got to pull that cover off there. Just don't want to get any dirt in there or anything like that. That has to go into the hose going into the tank, of course. So that already has one of these type of clamps on there. So we'll get that put in a little better position. That was kind of a pain to get to, but that'll go back together pretty easy, and we'll be ready to test her out. All right, gonna do some cleanup before I start putting things back together, just so there's no debris up in here. Got this little bit of brake cleaner. This is some great stuff. Just universal cleaner, dries up really quick. I blew it out with some air. I didn't think that through. Good thing it evaporates and dries quick. Yeah, blew that out with some air too, but just gonna get everything out of there where the vent hose goes. All right. Thank you Cody, for donating. I bought all of that, and brake clean's a great asset. Just anything you work on cleans up really quick and evaporates quickly. Works on anything. So thank you to Cody for that. And we put this back together. All right, gonna try to give you another view from under here. So here's the vent hose, and we've got that new clamp back onto that hose. We've got the main filler hose that we've got to hook back up right now. So we're gonna, of course, it's gotta go in that hole. That's gotta come down under here and then go back to there. All right, y'all, that was a pain, but we got her all back together. Everything's hooked up underneath. All the hoses, vent hoses here are hooked up. Just have the last 3 screws to put in here. Got that gasket back in there. Got this all cleaned up. There was some residue in there. 3 last screws to go in here and the gas cap to go on. Of course, a wheel to put back on and get all this stuff cleaned up. All right, guys, wheels on, cleaned up for the most part. Okay, getting ready to test her out. All right, so as you can see, nice black tube there. I didn't put the shield back on. Honestly, I think that's part of the reason it rusted there, because it's holding dirt and stuff. I just grabbed a pizza box out of the recycle bin just to see if anything, it was a good indication if anything drips, because there was a little puddle there. So, all right, let's test her out here. All right, just threw a gallon or so gas down there, and the pizza box still looks clean. All right, so for now, I'm gonna call that a win. Gas cap back on, and shut the door on this one. All right, dust shield is back on and connected. We will input this one on, but the other 3 connection points are good. It's just plastic cover. We'll ignore my theory that this is at least partial cause of why that part rusted, with it holding dirt against the bottom of that pipe. But yeah, we'll put it back together the way it was from the factory, or for the most part. So we're going to wrap the video up there. No further reported leaks, so that's awesome. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and at project1511.org. Thank you for all your support. We appreciate you. God bless.